Right. Good afternoon. Welcome along to our oily hour of power for the week. Today, I wanted to go through the 9 essential oils that I shared in a post as a reel, and I said that I would um, dive a little bit deeper into these. So I shared that on socials probably about a week and a half ago, I think now, or maybe a week ago. And today is the day where I'm going to dive into each of the said 9 essential oils, and I will do my best to stay on track. And then, yeah, you'll be watching this recording. So I am just going to share my screen so that we can go through the presentation together. Cool. Alrighty. So let's move my little picture up there. So welcome along to a story about 9 basic essential oils in your life, right? I'm going to put that up there so it gets out of the way. So, these 9 essential oils are, to me, probably the most effective gifts that you can give yourself and somebody else. So we'll go through each one. I'm just going to talk to the slides. You can see what's on there. You're welcome to take copies of these if you want to. The pictures have come from the website, so I've gotten them from a few different sources. And there's some information a little bit further up that you'll see has come from other places as well. So there's heaps of things out there, heaps of ways for you to access this information yourself. But I just have chosen to jump on and put it all together for you. So, first off, of course, is lavender. Now, when I put the post up, I I should have put the list of symptoms up, but I didn't. So I said that there were 9 essential oils, and there are 11 different symptoms, if you like, or issues that are highlighted, right? So the 11 issues are itchy bites, sleep struggles, sneezing, itchy eyes, respiratory issues, muscle burn, sore toes and fingers, liver and gut, stress, wired, tired. So I'm going to talk to those as well. But yeah, so lavender personally was one of my least favorite essential oils. Now, there's a story behind that, and the story with that one is that basically it reminded me of my grandmother's house, and it was not a very pleasant experience. So, on that note, we have to remember that our sense of smell is activated in our gut, but it's also connected to parts of our brain, and the parts of the brain where we store memory, in particular, is going to be triggered by certain smells. So, for some people, lavender has a positive connotation with their grandmother. For some people, it doesn't, or with old people, right? So, lavender is an amazing essential oil. It is known as the first aid of the aromatherapy world. And there's probably a reason for that because you can actually do pretty much everything with it and frankincense, it and a few others. But, you can do basically everything with it. So, itchy bites and stings. You can apply this directly to said bite or sting. I have had people who have also used this for burns. Um, when you are out in the middle of nowhere and you should always have your first aid kit, you can put together a first aid kit that includes some of your essential oils. Lavender is definitely one of the ones that you want in your first aid kit. Probably the 9 that I'm going to talk to you about you want in your first aid kit. But I have heard where this has been used along with aloe vera leaf to pack burns to transport the person to hospital, and it has assisted with the skin regeneration, as you like, and assists with other things. So obviously, with a burn, you want to apply the water to cool it, but you can use your lavender as well. So you can also use lavender, like I said, with itchy bites and stings. You can put it directly on, or you can dilute it if you want to. I have used it to help draw splinters out of my hands and my feet because I walk around with barefoot a lot. So it's a really good gardener's tool as well. You just put a drop on and you can cover it with a band-aid if you want to. The next morning, you'll find that splinter will be really close to the surface, if not out. So it's really, really cool. I don't know if any of you have ever used a product called Magnaplasm, but I loved it. And yeah, you can't really get it anymore. So this is good. It's also, a lavender is also a key essential oil in the histamine trio. That's how I'll put it, right? Histamine trio is peppermint, lemon and lavender, lemon, lavender and peppermint, lavender, lemon, peppermint, however you want to put it, right? So I'm just going to go and double check something. So it is, right, fantastic to be used for that. It's also really good for sunburn, and helps you with muscle soreness as well. And of course, sleep, right? Most people know about it for sleep. Now, oh, sorry, Kel, just let you in. Now, when it comes to sleep, with lavender for sleep, what you may find is sometimes people have the opposite reaction to lavender, right? Like me in particular, I can't say that lavender on its own helps me to sleep, but if I use wild orange, it does. So I do talk about wild orange in this presentation, but yeah, it is meant to help people with rest, okay, with sleep. Ideal, like I said, for sunburn, helps with skin irritation. Um, Been around forever and a day. Lavandula augustifolia is the plant. Uh, One of the most common types of lavender that you can get. And I'm just going to check a couple of things. Oh, that's right. I wanted to check a couple of things in the emotions book as well while we're in the page of lavender. It's the oil of communication and calm. The usage for lavender, especially doTERRA's, can be topical, aromatic, and internal. I'll talk about the histamine one in a second. But lavender encourages honesty and insists that one speak their innermost thoughts and desires. As individuals learn to communicate their deepest thoughts and feelings, they are liberated from their self-inflicted prison. It's through open and honest communication that an individual has the potential to experience unconditional love, acceptance, and peace of mind. Through lavender's courageous spirit, one is free to share their true self with others. It's, yeah, good all rounder, right? So lavender's a good all rounder. It's one of my least favorites, but anyway, it was a good one. The second one, however, the second oil out of the 9 is one that I really, really like, and that's lemon. So luscious lemon. Now, out of the 11 issues that I listed, uh, lemon works for 10 of them. So lavender works for quite a few of them as well, but lemon will assist you for 10 of those issues. So I'm going to talk to those issues now. We've got them on the screen, right? The itchy eyes and the sneezing, a little bit of respiratory side of things, definitely your gut side of things as well, can be linked to a histamine reaction. Okay, so remembering that they're oils to help you with the histamine are lemon, lavender, and peppermint, or lavender, lemon, and peppermint in this case, LLP. And lemon is key for that. Why? Because it helps to break down issues that we've got in the system. So if we have an overload of toxin, or maybe we've got an overload of chemicals or something like that, we've been exposed to something, lemon will help our system to break that down. So you pop a drop of lemon in your water, ideally in a glass, and you want to sip on it. Now, what you may find too is if the water is cold, your oil will sit on the surface. So you just want room temperature water. And I often use a straw, and I'll just give it a bit of a mix around, or I will have ice cubes in there, or a slice of lemon itself, as long as it's organic. But if I go back to my list, right? Yes, lemon can also help you with itchy bites and stings in particular. Now, the way that lemon helps you with a sting is if you think about it drawing toxin out. When you get stung by a bee, for example, the toxin goes in, right? We've got that little stinger. I know that in some first aid now they tell you not to remove that, or sometimes they tell you to scratch it out, sometimes they tell you to pluck it out. Regardless, you know that the venom is a part of that stinger. So a drop of lemon on the sting actually helps to calm down that side of things as well. Okay, so it helps with the stings. Lavender is better to soothe the itchiness and the redness and things, but lemon helps as well. Lemon can actually help you with the sleep struggles. Uh, Putting it in the diffuser with lavender can support your system, helps to calm things down. Sneezing, like I said, that's part of the histamine reaction often. Sometimes, often, histamine is a gut issue. So if we link straight down to the gut side of things now, using lemon in your water assists with your gut it also helps with your liver because it's helping your body to break down, like I said before, right? Break down toxins. This is also why, I just want to say this now, it's also why it's a good idea to not drink your lemon water when you take your medication and and or your supplements. So you want to keep those things separate. Um, I did many years ago. I went to a presentation when I was on a cruise ship, of all things, and they were talking about one of the most damaging drinks that you can drink, right? So I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be alcohol or it's going to be, who knows, something. No, it was coffee. And they were talking about the way that the mycotoxins and stuff in coffee store in the liver and how this causes you a whole heap of grief in your body. So, with the liver side of things, just drinking water throughout the day with lemon essential oil in it is so good to assist your liver with its detoxification process. But again, right, like I said, take it away from taking any medications or supplements and stuff like that. So the best practice with this, when you first get up in the morning, have a cup of warm water with a drop of lemon essential oil in it and have a drink. All right. Drink that down. Happy days. Um, Sore toes and fingers. So when I put sore toes and fingers, this is loaded, this comment. You have two ways of having sore toes and fingers, or three probably if you hurt yourself, but let's just ignore that aspect for a minute. Sore toes and fingers can be arthritic. Sore toes and fingers can be gout. Lemon is fabulous for issues with gout. If you think about it, lemon is also great for kidney stones and things. And this is why, because it breaks stuff down, which is why it helps clean our environment as well. But if you think about what is a stone in terms of a gallbladder stone, a kidney stone, or gout, it's like crystallization or calcification in underneath the skin, right? And in your joint area. Oops. So what we've got happening with that is we can massage into the joints, said joints. So say you've got gout in your big toe, which is where a lot of people get it, or sometimes they get it in their ankle joints. It's always in joints, right? But it's a crystallization or a calcification. The way you work with that is you can massage your lemon into those areas. You can use carrier oil if you want to, and you just massage it into your sore joints 2 to 3 times a day. Drink the lemon in water again because it's going to assist with the breakdown of the calcification or the breakdown of the issue. Now, if you think about calcification, we can maybe digress a little into calcium buildup, perhaps. I'm trying to be wise with my words, or perhaps we could look at plaque buildup. Okay. Allow your mind to drift off to points where you have heard somebody tell you or you've heard somebody talking about the buildup of plaque on the inside of your body. There are studies and there are research that are around this, but if we just go back to the very first thing about lemon is that it helps to break stuff down. It helps to break down petrochemicals. It helps to break down toxin and things. It's going to help you with that process as well. So drinking a 1 drop of lemon in a big glass of water every day is really good for you. Drinking a drop of lemon in a few glasses of water every day is good for you too, okay? Bites and stings, like I said, you can put a little bit on it. Respiratory issues, it does help to open your airways as well. Fantastic when you use it in combination with easy air, but maybe your respiratory issue is a histamine reaction, which is a reaction to something that your body doesn't like, or it could be a seasonal reaction. So it's good for that as well. Delicious in cheesecakes. You can use doTERRA essential oil in cooking. Especially lemon because it's food grade. All the citrus oils are good like that. Just remember with the citrus oils that they are photosensitive. What does that mean? That just means that they increase your your skin sensitivity to the sun. So you want to use um, trying to be wise with my words again. So you want to use a smart sunscreen, or maybe just don't expose that part of your body to the sun for or the the intense side of the sun for like 10 hours type thing. So when you're massaging your joints because you've got gout or maybe you've got other calcification build up in your joints, massage it in and just, yeah. So don't put it on your face, basically. However, there are slides that I've seen out there where they put lemon or green mandarin, red mandarin. They actually put these into the skin toners to assist with a clearer complexion. I'm not so sure how that works, so just be mindful with that. All of the citrus oils come from the rind of the fruit, not the flesh of the fruit. And that photosensitivity side of things is a way that the plant assists the fruit to ripen. Think of it that way, right? So if we put lemon oil or citrus oils on our skin and then we go outside, the sun's going to do what it does to a citrus fruit and assist us to ripen. So we don't necessarily want to do that, right? Best combination, lavender, lemon, and peppermint. So let's go to peppermint, hey? I use lemon a lot, like it's cheap. Okay, perfect peppermint. Why is peppermint perfect? Because this is my most favorite oil. I love it in raw chocolates. You can make it the most fantastic mint mousse with avocado, cacao powder, maple syrup, or honey, or agave, or rice malt syrup, whatever your chosen sweetener is. But you can blitz all those things up. You can put some cacao nibs in it so it's a bit chunky, or you can put goji berries in it, whatever you like. But if you put a drop of peppermint oil in, it then gives you that mint choc mousse. Okay, just play with your cacao ratio. If you are used to a really rich chocolate, you want more cacao, but yeah, I've got recipes for those. So if you want that, just let me know. Also, really good in raw chocolates, which you make and then pop into the freezer, which is just cacao, coconut oil, uh, cacao butter, which is extra fats, and yeah, your chosen sweetener, and away you go. Okay, peppermint. Thanks, Kel. Peppermint personally helped me with migraines and fatigue. So the way that I've used peppermint to help me with that is put one drop in the center of your palm, rub your hands together, deep inhalation. That's normally how I use peppermint anyway, especially when I'm going to go to the gym and I know I'm going to do an intense training session because it's really good for opening your respiratory. It's like a cheats way of getting a little bit more endurance into your system, into your cardiac system. I know that the Brisbane Broncos were using it when Wayne Bennett was their coach in the NRL, which is pretty cool. Um, and in that night too, it's awesome for fatigue. Now, in terms of migraines and headaches, for me over the years, what I have come to learn, so I've been using doTERRA essential oils for around 9 years, I think it is, almost 9 years, but I've been playing with essential oils and herbs and plants for about 13. With migraines, my migraines are triggered by a response within my body to a substance that it doesn't like. So it's either something that I've ingested through food or drink, or it is something that I've smelt. So that also tells me from a functional medicine perspective that I have a hypersensitivity, which may indicate that my gallbladder is or my liver, either or, are a little bit overloaded, right? So I didn't know that in the past, but when I first started using peppermint for migraines, it would be the drop in the center of the hand, deep inhalation. Now these are bad, okay? And I used to travel a lot, so I would be between towns and I needed to get home. So what I would do is I would pull up in the parking area. I know I did this in Canamble a lot when I was driving from Dubbo or Orange back home to Lightning Ridge. I would pull up in the parking area at Canamble. I would get my peppermint essential oil. I would put a few drops in the palm of my hand and do deep inhalation. I would then get the essential oil and rub it up the back of my neck because it felt like my blood vessels had been constricted on the back of my neck as well. So I used to use Aspro Clear a lot to dilate and to allow the blood to flow. So I was using the peppermint instead of that, right? And I would just massage it into the back of my neck, and then I would also massage it on my temples, but not near my eyes. So from your temple, go up into your hairline, and that's where you massage your essential oil into. If I get a headache or a migraine now, the first thing I do is use the histamine blend. So lavender, lemon, and peppermint. I use 1 drop of each or 2 drops of each. And I will put that in a glass with water and I'll scull that glass of water and then I will fill that glass of water back up with plain water and sip on that. You don't have to do that. That's the way that I do it to be able to calm the reaction before it turns into a full-blown migraine. The way that you can do it is you can use equal number of those drops in an inhaler. So you can make your own little party in a tube with a inhaler, and I've just gotten a heap of those. Or you can put it in a diffuser so that it's going in your house all the time. The thing to remember is that with a migraine, it's a signal from your body that something's not quite right. Same with fatigue, because often people get fatigue after they've eaten something that's really heavy. That's a gut reaction, right? So if we go back to that list that I had before of the 11 conditions or issues, gut was in there. So peppermint helps you with your gut too. This is Jesse's go-to oil for gut. It's a fantastic for his indigestion, reflux, upset tummy. It's amazing for that. It's also amazing for when you get hot. So if you are in an environment where it's hot, put some lavender on a flannel or even your t-shirt and then put some water on it and apply it to the back of your neck. You can do that with lavender as well as a cold compress and it will bring the temperature of the body down. But you can also use it if you're someone who's experiencing hot flushes throughout the body. So sometimes that happens when you're unwell or hormone imbalance, hormone changes. So it's great for that too. And because it assists with the, what's the word that I want to say? Because it assists with the circulatory response in the body, it's great for muscle massage. So you can have a few drops of peppermint essential oil. You can add a drop of lavender to that too, and you can get your carrier oil and just massage it into your legs. But side note, peppermint is in ice blue. Okay, so it's awesome for a pick me up. Like I said, respiratory, fantastic. You can put peppermint and lavender and lemon in your diffuser at night time. It'll help you to breathe a bit better, but it's also in easy air. It's awesome for mold, and yeah, it's a good all-rounder. What I've got here is the old school slide from when I used to do essential oil classes, actually. 28, 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint oil is the equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So if you are a peppermint tea drinker and you use it for nausea or to settle your stomach, you have a cup of warm water and you just want 1 drop of peppermint oil in there because it will blow your mind, blow your brains out, make you cry if you put too many drops in there. Okay. And yes, VegCap will work too, Kel. So that's an awesome way to use your oils internally is with the empty veggie capsules. Now I'm happy to share this presentation. I'll pop it into the group as well. So you got access to these slides or to this little PDF. But I am going to pop this on my YouTube channel and then share the link in to the group so that you get recording of me talking about all this stuff as well. This is the actual doTERRA slide on the peppermint. The reason I'm sharing this, and there's a couple of other ones, is because of some of the recipes, right? Follow the links and go to the blogs. But the whipped peppermint foot lotion would be magic for people at the end of a day. And you could also make it peppermint and ice blue when we get to that if you wanted to. But you can make your own whipped peppermint foot lotion. And all these ingredients, because they are food grade or safe for ingestion, you can use your food processors or your Thermomix or whatever to process your stuff. I'm just looking for my share guide. Sorry, guys. I've got the share guide for therapeutic wellness. I just want to see if there's a different way that doTERRA tell us to talk about things? I forgot about this guide. I might actually find the download and I'll share that in the group too. Peppermint. Okay. Be kind to body and mind with fresh and cooling peppermint oil. Traditionally used in aromatherapy to help reduce the symptoms of mild tension headaches and to support cognitive function. Traditionally used in Western herbal medicine to relieve digestive spasms, colic, and abdominal discomfort, relieve nausea and reduce vomiting, relieve the symptoms of sore throats. This is a good book, right? Traditionally used in Western herbal medicine and aromatherapy, peppermint oil can help support mental function and reduce symptoms related to mild tensions, headaches, and digestive discomfort. There's always a little bit of a disclaimer in terms of talking to your health, your doctor or your physician or your healthcare provider if you're pregnant. And obviously, with pregnancy, there comes a need to be more aware when you're doing foot massage. I just got to plug my computer into power. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. I thought I had already done that. Sorry. Okay, so we've got that one. What do we got next? Easy Air, which is also known as Breathe. So in the US, some of our products have a different name. Oh, peppermint is the oil of the buoyant heart too, so it can actually be used to assist you when you're in moments of grief. Just ignore that my internet connection is unstable. I really don't care about that at the moment. So, Easy Air or Breathe also helps you with the grief side of things. Fantastic for snoring. Okay, like I said, I'm going to pop all of these slides in the group, but there are a few people that I use. Oh, Easy Air is your alternative to the old school Vicks Vapor rub. Okay, that used to get put on my feet or the back of my chest when I had issues in winter months. You can use your Easy Air in the same way. Just remember that all of doTERRA's essential oils are therapeutic grade. Less is more. Use a little bit more frequently, but less is more. So use it. Man. Okay, go back to this. Go back to my screen sharing. I think I've got to record again. No, recording's still going. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's pop that up there. Actually, I might hide that. Okay, back to Breathe or Easy Air. So, like I was saying, good alternative to the Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, Kel. Good alternative to the Vicks Vapor Rub, but also for people that have those sleep apnea machines. I've got a few friends over east who have these sleep app machines. I've got one client here too that I didn't even know he had a sleep app machine. But you can actually put a drop of Easy Air or a drop of lavender, whatever you want, into your attachment before you put your mask on, and that helps you with your respiratory and your airways as well. I actually think it's really cool if you could do that. So you can put a drop of your Easy Air to your sleep app machine. Obviously, you've got to clean it out anyway. Make it into a salve for your feet, chest, and back. On an emotional side of things, Easy Air is awesome in terms of when you're upset or you're crying a lot. So to me, that this would be something that I would have diffusing in a child's bedroom or in the house, especially when people have heightened emotion, apart from balance. But if you had a drop of Easy Air and a drop of lavender in your diffuser all the time, it would just help us to feel a bit of joy, but also calm and maybe not so confused and perhaps not so upset. All right, so that's how I would use Easy Air. You've got some diffuser blends there, which is cool. Next slide is a doTERRA generated one. So again, it's going to give you a few suggestions. You can get the Easy Air as a stick. You can also get the Breathe um, lozenges or breathe drops. You can get them in the back office, and we have a packet of them in our cupboard. It's like our first aid shelf, right? So on our cupboard, we've got the On Guard throat lozenges, we've got the Easy Air drops, and we've got the ginger drops. I use the Easy Air drops where I would have used Vicks vapor drops in the past. Okay. Yeah, cool. That's a nice blend. Lavender Peace, Easy Air, and Bergamo. Easy Lavender Peace is coming up in a minute. I've been using it a bit lately. Lavender Peace. Okay, so respiratory blend. All right. Oh, here we go. Loving Lavender Peace. All right. So, um, at the beginning, I talked about lavender being a trigger for emotion or memories for some people, okay? Because often at the moment that we experience things in our life, there will be a sense of smell around at the same time. When you sell a house, they tell you to bake bread or maybe have a pot of coffee going or maybe be cooking cupcakes or something like that. And they say that from a real estate marketing hack perspective because it creates that warm, homely environment through a sense of smell. Now, um, lavender peace for me hurts my heart, but it also helps me. And the reason that is because for me, people or souls that have left have been um, users of lavender peace and balance. So when there's storms approaching or when things don't feel very good and everything is unstable and you're scared, you can use lavender peace and balance to help support your nervous system and just calm that response down. When you smell lavender peace, to me, it smells like milk bottle lollies. So when I was a little kid, I would go to the swimming pool and you would get a bag of lollies for like 10 cents. You actually could get a bag of lollies, not just one lolly. Um, Not that I should be talking to you about sugar, but childhood memories. And that smell was a pleasant smell, a happy smell, because lavender peace has actually got vanilla in it as well as cedarwood and a few other things. So it's there to help us. So bit of a long way round, but lately I've been using it a lot with sleep. So I wasn't able to use it for the last 12 months as much because every time I'd smell it, I think of Ludo. That would make me cry, and there's no way I'd want to go to sleep because I would literally sob myself to sleep. So now, but I'm good, right? Happy to use it. What I find is I only need a drop of it, and I put my finger on the top of my bottles. Some people don't, but I don't care. It's my bottle. I put my finger on the top of the bottle and turn it upside down. That gives me enough to just swipe it across the back of my neck, behind my ears, and maybe a little bit on my chest. And I do that right before I go and get into bed, and I find that I fall asleep quite easily within 20 to 30 minutes, and it's like a drift off to sleep. And then I sleep right through the night, so I'm not waking myself up because I am someone who has quite an active brain. So in here I've put calms the nervous system for us and our pets, but it blends well with balance for people who think too much or feel the weight of responsibility, and you can apply it to the big toe. So if you have a partner who is an overthinker or perhaps they are carrying the weight of responsibility, of an evening you can give them a massage with lavender peace, balance, maybe drop a wild orange and just massage it into the soles of the feet, focusing on the toes, especially the big toe, because the big toe is where our head, neck, shoulder area is in reflexology, which is pretty cool. So it will also help us when we're wired and tired, helps with sleep, helps with stress, helps with itchy bites because it's got that lavender in it as well as cedarwood. Cedarwood is also fantastic for skin irritation. So think eczema, psoriasis, that sort of stuff. So you could put lavender peace, and I do believe there is a Serenity bath gel. Don't quote me, but you can make a bubble bath for your kids or for yourself, and you could have it add your lavender piece to your chosen bubble bath, and that will help calm your skin as well as calm your body, which is pretty cool. So this slide's got some more uses for it. I apologize for the background marking, but obviously, like I took these off the internet, so they're not for me to send out there to everyone, but there's some really good blends on there that I quite like. So if you want to, you can actually chop from these or create your own Canva images or your own pictures and put these sort of things on there if you want to share them personally too, by all means. Okay, next oil is oregano. So oregano or oregano. Handle with care, please. It's very strong medicine. You could probably make your own pepper spray with this, which is where I've gone with possibly good for self-defense. Um, but I don't want to get in trouble for telling people to do that. However, if you're a bit worried, you walking around of a night time on your own, just make it up in an empty spray bottle. So you can get the On Guard hand sanitizer spray bottles and just put 1 or 2 drops of oregano with some witch hazel or vodka in it, give it a bit of a shake, and that's your own personal protection spray. Because it will burn. So, so just be mindful. If it does feel like it's burning at any point, any of the essential oils actually, if they feel like they're getting very hot on the skin or they're burning, you can use um, fat or carrier oil or any oil to get it off. So you can use milk, avocado, olive oil, cooking oil, carrier oil, coconut oil. Don't put water on. So if you have an increased skin sensitivity to an essential oil, you use fat to calm it down. So it's like the old, if you've got a kitchen fire, you don't put water on an oil fire. You've got to smothercate it or put it out with foam. So for us, it's fat. Use fat on oil, if that makes sense. Oregano is fantastic in cooking, but use it as in the toothpick method. So put your toothpick in the bottle, swirl it around your food. If I go back to my list, it will help you with sore toes and fingers. Did I put that on here? Yeah, think arthritic. Okay, so there is a massage blend that you can use for arthritis, and that includes oregano. You can just use oregano on its own too, but just be mindful that it's hot, so you don't want to then put your fingers on your face. So you can massage it into the sore joint. So if you're looking after or you're caring for someone who's got arthritis in their hands, rheumatoid arthritis and stuff, where their hands go claw-like or their feet aren't so great, maybe you're working on someone that's got really stiff ankles and joints, you can get some oregano, combine it with lavender, and which happen to both be great natural antibiotics, hint, hint. But combine oregano and lavender together with a little bit of carrier oil and just massage it in. Now, in the chat before, Kel asked about the veggie caps. If you are having parasite issues or tummy bug type issues, you've been put on an antibiotic, perhaps it's not working so well, or maybe you got toe fungus or you got candida. How do you know you got candida? You got a severe sugar addiction. But also, if you stick your tongue out and look in the mirror in the morning and it's got a really strong white coating, you possibly got candida. But you can use it internally that way. You want to put it in a capsule. Whenever you use oregano and lavender as a natural alternative or a natural way to support your immune system, you want to make sure that you also get yourself a good probiotic to use and start to restore your gut microbiome as well. Apparently my internet connection is a little bit sketchy again, so sorry if that drops out, guys. All right, dilute, possibly good for self-defense. I already said that. Now, as a side note, I have forgotten about some of the stuff that I used to teach people until I went back through old notes. Oregano, just the inhalation of oregano. I'll talk about that in a minute too for sinusitis. But inhalation of oregano is fantastic for people who have an overactive throat chakra. Someone has an overactive throat chakra, which is the energy center that is connected to the prana, life force, whatever, the energy center that lives within your throat. If that's overactive, people will be gossipers and they talk a lot about other people and not in a nice way. Maybe they can be a bit bitter and twisted as well. It's fantastic for calming down an overactive throat chakra. So you can cook with it in the kitchen, have it around. When you've got that person over who talks a little bit too much about everybody else and you don't want to go down that track, it's awesome. It's amazing for that. So, sinusitis, right? If we go to respiratory concerns or sneezing and things, when I was living in an area that had a lot of dust, I did find that every year I was getting a really nasty blocked sinus and it would give me headaches and stuff like that. So I would put my head over a bowl of water using easy air. That would help then to loosen everything. And then when I finished that routine, I would inhale oregano from the bottle because remember, our aroma is just as good as internal anyway because you're sniffing the molecules, they're going in. So I would inhale oregano, 4 sniffs on each nostril, and I would do that twice a day. So in my mind, I imagined it to be my form of antibiotic because it was assisting me with whatever the infection was that was happening in there. But I was using it aromatically as the way to get it into my system and going directly to where it was hurting versus actually taking something and having to rely on my stomach to digest it and everything else to absorb it and blah, blah, blah. So, respiratory can use oregano with that as well. Good for your gut. So I've put the parasite things in there. But please, when you are using any of these oils and you're not 100% sure, talk to me or talk to the person that you're working with. Just going to go back and check my, yep, we've got oregano in here. So used traditionally in aromatherapy to reduce mild rheumatic aches and pains. So I was talking about the rheumatoid arthritis. Reduces flatulence because it helps with the gut. Provide a nerve tonic. It is really, really good for that. Stimulate nerve function. Why? One of the key components is thymol. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Decrease mild upper respiratory tract congestion. So that's that sinusitis stuff and that upper lung area. Relieve symptoms of mild superficial skin fungal infections. Fabulous for when you go to the chop shops and you get the nail fungus from them. You can use your oregano. That's also an indication that you've got a bit of an overactive candida issue too. As a side note, relieves symptoms of minor skin wounds, cuts, scratches, and abrasions. Dilute when using it that way. Other benefits, it's an antioxidant, so it reduces free radicals formed within the body. You can help your body with that just with a foot massage too, hint, hint. Maintains intestinal health and maintains immune system health. So I'm going to put the link for the therapeutic guide in the group if I haven't already. All right, what are we up to? Wild orange. Okay, we're almost there, guys. So, wild orange. Wonderful wild orange. Wild orange is like poor man's frankincense. Frankincense is coming up next anyway, but it's joy in a bottle. Why is it poor man's frankincense? Because it's actually really super powerful, right? Wild orange assists us with the absorption of omegas. It helps the cells within the body to be open and receptive to the fats that are coming in. Okay, it's actually in wild orange is actually in the new omegas from doTERRA, but you are going to hear more about this, okay? Because I've done clinical studies into this now, the way that wild orange assists the body with the absorption, basically, of your fat soluble nutrients, which is your omegas. Again, internet connection unstable. Let's see how we go. Make sure it's still going. Yep. Okay. Wild orange is like the flip side of the chart to lavender. Lavender will calm most people down and wild orange will hype most people up. However, for some of us, wild orange will calm us down because it's joy, it's happy, it's calming. Lavender will hype us up. So, as a happy medium, I normally always put the two of them together. Or I normally always have lavender with lemon anyway, but I don't tend to have one or the other on its own. I do put wild orange in my smoothies. I also put it in desserts that I make. I do the raw chocolates. I put wild orange in them. Then it's like a Jaffa. You can use it. It's amazing in the base of cheesecakes when you have cacao and almonds and cashews and figs instead of dates or whatever you want to use. Blitz it all together, add some wild orange. You can also make this delicious chocolate torte, which I've got a recipe for that too that I might share. It's got wild orange in the chocolate filling and delicious, right? Absolutely delicious. It's actually got wild orange and cinnamon in the center filling, so that's good for blood sugar. And you're eating cacao, really dark chocolate, which is great for your magnesium levels. Anyway, that's digressing. Wild orange, it can help support the histamine side of things. Definitely helps when we're stressed, tired, and wired. Supports our gut and our liver. Not necessarily one that I use for a massage, unless I'm doing an aroma touch. But yeah, I don't put it in my blends for massage. I'm just looking in the book. Doesn't look like they've got wild orange in this one. No. Okay. Um, Brilliant all-rounder, all right? Fabulous with yogurt, blah, blah, blah. Again, we've got some images on different ways to use it. Add it to smoothie. Oh, apparently it's a good furniture cleaner. I don't know, a wood cleaner. I have never actually used my essential oils to polish wood, but apparently they're good for that. Um, okay, frankincense. If you can't fix it, frank it. Some of you have been to classes, hands-on physical classes, where I have said that when I have shared the bottle of frankincense. I still live by that. Am I biased? 100%. If you can't fix it, you frank it. Frankincense has, I want to say all these magical qualities, but frankincense has these amazing components and constituents to it that are brilliant for cleaning the windscreens on our cells in our body, for helping the cells in our body to get rid of what they don't need anymore, for helping the cells in our body to shed those cells that have lost their way and um, are not beneficial for us. So that it helps with apoptosis, which is cell death, and it's probably no coincidence that it was used for embalming bodies and stuff like that as well. But it is amazing for your skin. So frankincense is good inside and out. You don't have to ingest oils, by the way. You can just inhale them and apply them topically if you want to. Use frankincense every day on your skin. I'll probably go through a bottle of frankincense a month because I'm forever using it on people. And often I run out when I want to use it for myself. So I've ordered a few extras this month, but if I was only allowed to have one essential oil, it would be frankincense because I use it for headaches and migraines too, because you can just apply it topically to wherever the pain is on your head. Frankincense is the brain oil. If you experience anxiety in your body and you experience it in your head in that you overthink, you're racing, frankincense is your oil to fix, to ease, to calm your sense of anxiety. If you feel anxiety or emotion in your gut, peppermint or digescent or Zengest are your oils for that, okay? If you feel it in your heart and your chest area, it's easy air. All these oils will assist you emotionally and physically, all right? There's a few different species of frankincense. There's frankincense serrata, Boswellia, Boswellia serrata, Boswellia catteri, sacra. Boswellia sacra is the one that you'll see in a lot of cancer-related studies. Just know that Boswellia frankincense from doTERRA is a combination of your resins, okay? Um, oh yeah, definitely. Sorry. So, thank you for bringing that up, Kel. Frankincense, frankincense Boswellia acid complex. So I got some of these. We can get them at the moment from the US store. I'm going to start doing my monthly order from the US because I want to use the VMG, which is the greens that are in the sachet rather than Lifelong Vitality. Long story, I'll fill you in on that another time. But I also want to use the Omegas that have the wild orange in them, and I want more of this. So Dr. Hill wanted to find a way to get frankincense into our body, but also the benefit that comes along with the actual acid. And the only way to get the acid is to include the complex of it. So these look like the probiotics in that they're double capsulated, okay? But they are available now. It's just not in Australia yet. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get to Australia, but yeah, you can get it. Um, and yeah, Kels, you've been in my classes, so you know what I do. So, okay, so frankincense is insoluble along with lavender, myrrh, Hawaiian sandalwood, rose. So that's the other reason why if I couldn't have frankincense, I'd have soluble. It's straight. It's not being diluted. So we can use that internally too. But yeah, the frankincense is also in a stick with nao wood. When that comes to Australia, I will be giving it to every single aged person that I know because they all have these lumps and bumps that they keep going and getting cut out, which are not necessarily bad lumps and bumps if you read between the lines. But if they use the stick consistently and daily, they would actually see that those things miraculously disappear. All right, the clay mask recipe is a good one. So 2 teaspoons of bentonite clay, which you can purchase from any health food shop. Again, with the internet connection. Okay. Um, I haven't tried this, adding apple cider vinegar, but I might. So bentonite clay, apple cider vinegar, I assume that would just give you the acidity to eat away all the dead skin off your face. And then your frankincense, lavender, and melaleuca is tea tree for anyone that doesn't know. But you can get that from the website as well. We've got some diffuser blends there that I found that I actually quite like the sound of, so they're there. All right, I think this is our last one. Yep, ice blue. Okay. I was entertaining myself when I was writing these, so ice baby. That's old. But we've got ice blue, which is also known as deep blue. Fabulous for pain. And now my description there talking about go away, come again, never. It's because of the oils that are put into this blend, the chemical constituents in those oils support the tissues and the cells in your body to do what they need to do to be optimal, okay, to perform in the best way possible. And this means that it's fabulous on creaky joints, bone spurs, or broken bones. And yeah, you will start to see the tissues in your bone and your body change with regular, consistent daily use of your essential oils. Massage. Ice Blue is fabulous in massage. If you go somewhere at the moment where you get a regular massage, they're probably not going to go and treat you the same way that I treat people in my clinic. I only use herbal oils, so I have oils which are quite thick and viscous. They're based in black sesame oil and they include a whole heap of Ayurvedic herbs. But I also have all of my essential oils there and I will add in what I need for the person that I'm working on. If you are going somewhere where it is generic massage oil, take your own. So get yourself an empty bottle of, or get yourself a bottle of fractionated coconut oil, take the orifice out of it, and pour one of these in, or pour some Aroma Touch in, or pour something that you really like, one of your doTERRA oils in, and add a few drops of frankincense or some ice blue. Take it with you to your next massage and ask the therapist to use that. Okay, they will. It will help them as well as you. So, ice blue, in terms of everything on that list, definitely works for muscle burn and fatigue, works for the sore toes and fingers because it will help with gout. Some people do find that it helps with respiratory issues because of the mentholy smell that's in there. Oh, please note if you have an issue with methyl salicylate, you may not like the ice blue rub, just from my experience. This oil does include wintergreen, which has methyl salicylate as a chemical constituent. If this word means nothing to you, then you don't have the issue with it, right? But some people have an issue with methyl salicylate. Personally, what I have found is that's because it's the cheap version, or perhaps not the real version of the wintergreen plant, and it's a synthesized methyl salicylate. So just take it easy, okay? Uh, Comes in a 15 ml bottle in the Aroma Touch kit because otherwise you only get it in 5 ml. Bit excited about that. And for those people who are serious footy players or sports enthusiasts, you can actually get a 1 litre of the Ice Blue rub, which is here. Ta-da! 1 litre of that via the US shop. Now, the Ice Blue oil will help you to, don't know where I put that book, help you to let shit go, right? Because it's a combination of oils that help us to release and surrender, whatever you want to call it. Let's see if they've got Ice Blue in here. They've got the polyphenol complex, which I've actually forgot to put in the slide, but maybe I can talk about supplements another time. I'm almost out of time. Talk so much. Fennel, lemon, lavender. No. Okay. Again, Ice Blue, also known as Deep Blue. You can get it as a roller. You can get it in many forms. There's your ingredients. Massage with some carrier oil. Okay, has a popper cap for a reason because it is not for ingestion. Ice Blue should never be ingested, only if you take in the capsule forms, which does not include wintergreen because there's an issue with that. All right, I found these images on the website too. So, the oil of surrendering pain, avoiding emotional issues, frightened, dread, wounded, hurt, offended, lack of spiritual insight, resisting pain, victim mentality, and hiding. What is with the internet today? Only when I need to use it. Okay. It will assist you to be patient, peaceful, determined. Maybe I need to sniff more of this. I might be a bit more determined. And to feel supported. All right. Final 2 slides. Giveaway time. What I want you to do, as gimmicky as that sounds, is in the comments, okay, as in the comments in the group, when I post this in there, I want you to name the 3 ingredients, or you can send me a private message, or whatever you want. I don't care how many people guess this correctly, but there are 3 plants there, okay, and these 3 plants are ingredients in Ice Blue, and I want you to tell me which ones they are. So you can say this leaf, it looks like 2 possible plants, all right? But I want you to find out what it is. You'll work it out. This plant with the red berries, a very specific plant, and this one could be one of 2, but you need to work it out, all right? So put your response in your comments and tag me. I wish I could pull the oils on the internet. All right. So, and the final slide, all right, that I wanted to put up is this is actually really good. It's been around heaps, right? People just put their own branding on there. Look, I couldn't care less. If you want to share this and you want the image, just tell me and I'll get it for you. But the top 10 essential oils that come in the Home Essentials kit, as gimmicky as that might sound, right? And whatever other people, oh my God, this internet is amazing, right? We go back to the screen. All right, we're almost finished, Kel. Um, okay, if we go back to that screen, the oils that are in that Home Essentials kit, top 10 oils, whatever it is, right? Whatever, however you want to look at it, there's some leaders within doTERRA, there's some people within doTERRA that are like, oh, it's boring to teach Home Essentials class, it's boring to teach about the top 10 oils, it's boring this or that's so yesterday. I don't care, okay? That the top 10 oils, 9 of which we talked about today, um, or 8 of which we talked about today, but the top 10 oils are the best gift that you could give somebody else. And I really believe that now. Like I said at the beginning, am I biased? Yes. This tells you in a nutshell what they are all good for. Okay. And then the other thing that I want you to know is don't just get these and give them to somebody else, or don't just get this and gift it to somebody else. Like I know that I did that, but gift it to them knowing that they are able to get access to the education that you get, either linking in with me or with us, or linking into any of the other groups that teach and share about how to use essential oils is good. doTERRA training website is great. But yeah, there's all these things that they can get linked into so that they can learn how to use what you give them. This is a brilliant gift to give someone, right? And then we would all be able to enjoy life more. Because we live in a society at the moment that is so used to going and getting something to treat the symptom versus caring and treating the root cause, or investigating and researching and taking care of the root cause. You use your essential oils as much as you can and as often as you can when you need them, and you will find that your whole body will start to change and you won't actually need to treat symptoms because there won't be that many symptoms there. Anyway, done. All right, Kel, you got any other questions? Might need to redo this class. I'm determined. I've had 3 goes at it now. I'll see what it's like when I watch the video back, whether I replay it, re-record it or not. But I'm just going to stop the share and I shall stop the recording. So enjoy it. Any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next weekend. Maybe we might do supplements. I don't know. I'll put a poll in the group and we can work out what we're going to do next. All right.